Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
They're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still start trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to Sunday Drive Racing League on a Monday. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be here guiding you through all the action with my man Dean Biggles in the booth with me. Once again, welcoming everybody in chat. Hope you're well. Brian Roberts, hello. Yumna, Oreo, on Austin. I hope you're all having a fabulous time here at this evening or this morning, depending, as I say, where you are in the world. And we can bring Biggles into the booth straight away. Good morning, Biggles. How are you, sir?
Dragging me into Spa? Absolutely. What a place to be. And of course, that's one of the legendary tracks of all time. Pit lane entrance is a very, very tight, interesting thing to do. And if you happen to go over that concrete fence, it's a bit of a dive down there, mate. It's kind of like remember, it's right up on a mountain. But I'm great to be here. Thank you very much.
It's good to have us back here again for the season 2 of the Sunday Drive Racing League here as well. And this season we've currently got 24 cars on the grid as well for this 8-minute qualifying, 60-minute race. And well, it's going to be something else as well, because there is a pit stop involved just for good health, and throw it in there just for them to get used to it as well. But thank you so much for joining us here this evening. We are currently at Spa for round 1. Then we go on to Zolder for round 2. Laguna Seca round 3. Monza round 4. Indianapolis round 5. And then we round out the season for Kyalami on the 13th of June. There will come to the season decider as well. Now this season they've gone all out. We've got some interesting livery designs as well here, Biggles. And I believe you're on one of them.
Yeah, not the 69 car, which is Nick. That's somebody's yelling at that. Go to the Nick show. Well, that's Nicholas Cave, of course. Nicholas Cave. Remember that from last season there, James? There's some fantastic liveries, but I know the one you're trying to talk about, of course, because we want to bring some food into this one, of course, McDonald's. Logo, there's Lego, there's Hot Wheels. I'm seeing this is one of the best livery leagues that I've seen, and maybe you've seen as well, Tim, mate. And trust me, we've seen a few. We kind of do a few, and I don't know. You always get a giggle, don't you, where you see everybody's different liveries and stuff like that. So Creativity 101 and an A++ here at Sunday Drive Racing, and yeah, you might see my little face there tucked behind a mud flap or something like that on one of the cars. But
yeah, I believe it might be on Tony Rodriguez's car. He may have put you on there. There you are, car number 50.
Thank you for that, Tony. No, I appreciate that. It's a show of love, isn't it, for us up in the casting booth or on the casting trailer?
Well, you're right behind the front wheels. I'm right behind the back wheels, so,
Yeah, I wanted to see where you are, James. Yeah, you're somewhere in there, too.
I'm on the rear. So don't forget, if you're wondering what are the pretty colours on the timing tower, that is pros and AMs. Pros are in white, AMs are in red. Now, some of the pros, obviously, Tony Rodriguez, Charles Ho, Alex Shen, Eric Dong, Rob Lau, Eric Chu, Jason Ludwig, Sego Mar, JB Alcabar, Chris Namak, Jace Merrick, and Michael Gilbert. Now, in the amateurs, of course, James Namak, Juan Namak, Jake Hallahan, Jaime Mendoza, Raul Tova, Bradley Remedios, Matt Kelly, Nick Show, Matt O'Dore, Matthew Orpheus, Aaron Peters, Rich Lee, Alex Lee, Jacqueline Huang, Arthur Chu, and Albert Kai, I think that is there as well. But these cars are out on track for the qualifying currently at this moment in time, as you can see here as well, with Juan Namak, teammate of Tony Rodriguez. There I am on the rear there, the JPB logo, and there's Biggles underneath the number plate. Looking good.
I'm going to put a picture on you, James. And just to remind everybody out there, if you are new to this one, there was a little bit of a bet going on the other day. We're 844 subscribers, give or take and change.
There was.
James, if we get to 1K subscribers, James is going to his holiday vacation in May. And because James loves food, as we are well aware of,
Yep.
we have been talking James into doing some sort of food casting video there of his Spanish adventures, maybe in some restaurants. And he said yes, if we get to a K before, what, May 27 or something?
May
Yeah, 22nd. Okay, well, I think we're going to get there, James, no doubt. And please hit that subscribe button if you definitely want to see James do that. Food reviews, courtesy of JP Broadcasting Network. I certainly want to do that. But
Well,
going back to these liveries, my friend, there, K-pop there's all sorts of jazz, isn't there? I mean, maybe a food livery then there for you too, James?
Yeah, there is. There's the McMurk, isn't there, with Juon and Tony. This is Alex Lee here as well. He's got this lovely BMW all covered in brightly colours. Morning Motive. There is K-pop on the roof as well. He did tell me about the band. I can't remember who he told me they were, but I want to check out, where is it Michael Gilbert's? Yes. Do you remember, you may have even had one if you're my age. Where is that livery from?
Ooh, is this a Hot Wheels thing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
What's the base livery? The base livery used to be something you used to put on the floor.
Lego.
But no.
Oh, those are what I never had one of them, but I know what you mean. That's one of those little carpet things where you have all the racetrack kind of thing, right? Is that it?
Yeah,
right. Okay.
It's a car mat. It's that old car
I never
mat
had
livery.
one of them. I'm not quite sure they actually had them in Australia back in my day, but yes, I mean, well, one of my ex-girlfriends had kids, and she had one of them in the playroom. So yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen these on TV and all that sort of jazz. But no, I never had one.
No, little
No,
car.
you know what I used to do? I used to actually have the Lego and use and make the track myself with some of those Lego pieces, like literally have the edges of the track, and then I would sit there and build the Formula One cars in the different colors and stuff like that, and go, crossed center and all that jazz when I was a kid. That's what I did. It's all in your imagination with Lego when you're a kid and stuff. But yeah,
I love
great.
it. Love it.
Hot Wheels or anything you have.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the car manufacturers this year: McLaren, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Aston Martin. The Lexus is there as well, and the Honda NSX is on the screen. So there's a lot of choices this season. James Namak is another one who is currently in the Honda. There he is. Currently with the Red Bull livery, of course. All of these guys are with their own custom designed liveries there, so absolutely flying along quite nicely, and should be an absolutely barnstorming qualifying event as we've got 10 minutes remaining. Just wait for the cars to go round and do their first initial laps. Obviously we are at Spa. It is a long old track. El Rouge, Radion, La Source, La Coum, they're all here this evening. So we do have a lot of the time to wait. As we can see, JB Alcapar currently on a 2:19.072, sitting in pole position. Eric Chu coming along on a 2:18.985. He's flying along quite nicely as we sit here with Jason Ludwig. Now, Jason has told me after last season, they've changed the blue flag rule, just for him. If anybody doesn't remember what last season was about, Jason got himself mixed up with the leaders. He decided that he was going to have a battle and got himself mixed into it. Now, for me in the booth, anybody who knows or anybody that's watched any of the broadcasts will know how I feel about blue flags. So they've apparently changed the rule just for Jason. After his
I was
last
ready
season's
to those racing rules there, and I was like, race clearly, yes, give enough space appropriately. You make one move to defend your position, and then I looked at rule number 4, respect blue flags. I'm like, all right, this will be one for James right there. And there's obviously this is important during qualifying. Do not impede drivers on a hot lap during qualifying. That's it's pretty much a gimme across the board. But yeah, it's just a respectful thing to do. And of course, rule number 6. There's only 6 rules here at Sunday Driving Racing, and all collision incidents will be reviewed by the stewards after the race. And no protests, of course. It's not going to turn into a 3-race restart Australian GP scenario. Spoiler alert. We're going green, green, green all the way. Aren't we, James?
Yeah, we are. We are going green all the way with a 60-minute race, pit stop in there as well. So it should be good for these guys to get back racing again. It's good to have them back for this 6-race season here as well. So absolutely
James, a pit stop and a tyre change. So that's mandatory pit stop and tyre change. So you have to change your tyres, but no refueling.
Yes, there we go. As we're here with Arthur Chew, he is about half a second up currently on his lap time. So we'll follow Arthur through the rest of this race and see how he gets on. We'll jump on board with him now as he is coming on to Blanchimont, the back straight, of course, before they go running down into the bus stop. Let's see how Arthur gets on. Currently projected time should be a 2:18.8, but we'll see what happens as he's running down Blanchimont now. As we're on board with him, you can see there. So let's see how he does. He's coming into the tricky bus stop. He's going to be on the left-hand side, just under the bridge, hitting the shadow. Should be on the brakes. There we go. Down into first gear. Takes the right-hander, then the left-hander. There's a car in front. I'm sure it's not going to impede him.
No, it shouldn't, but actually, in fact, he might give a little bit of a tow. What that time will be. P4, James.
There we go. 2:19.065. So
I like that shiny livery as well too. That's actually a very nice mixture as well too. Very clean, smooth, and you see how the yellow paint there actually onto that looks like a purple reflection. The chrome actually the matte yellow then reflects onto the chrome if you actually see it from different angles. Yeah, beautiful livery.
Yeah, it looks very good. They have gone full out this year with liveries. It should be it's a good one to see, I think, as well. Jason Ludwig as well here with the Toys R Us livery. They were talking before, and it should be...
You're going to go bankrupt with that livery, wouldn't you? Sorry.
Mate, yeah, just hopefully they can last longer than the store can, of course. That store was around for ages, bro. Like,
yeah, and there's a thing called Amazon that just destroyed basically the other business, but it was around for a long time, yeah.
Yeah, but then we've got over in the UK, we've got Smith's Toy Shop, which is like huge, which is still going. And I think one of the things that killed Toys R Us was the fact that they didn't come out and jump on the online delivery section when they should have done. And,
of course, yeah, and then COVID and all that sort of hit.
Yeah, and then it just kind of killed them, and then they all went a little bit
But
wrong.
you guys are 5 years behind the rest of the world, so you'll catch up soon, and they'll be bankrupt in 5 years.
Mate, we're behind a lot of things over here. You know what I mean? Don't go at us. It's not fair, all right? Especially
it's the same in Australia, mate. They're behind the times in Australia too, as well. Like you can see the writing on the wall.
Jason on pole, 2:18.367. Jason Ludwig going out on pole. Tony Rodriguez is not qualified yet either. So there we go. Then we've got Jaime Mendoza here in the Aston Martin currently on your screen as well. And there's also some other new... Where is Jacqueline? There she is. Jacqueline Wang is here on the racetrack this evening. She is joined with Alex Shen in the...
She got the K-pop on there?
Yeah, K-pop on the side as well. A little bit of K-pop going on here this evening. So they're from Blackpink. So her and Alex Shen, obviously boyfriend and girlfriend in real life. So they're on track.
Oh, how would that be if they're racing wheel to wheel there, James, for a crucial point there? Like, do you think that will you be stretching the limits of that relationship at that point? See if you're going to take each other out and talk. Have you ever raced against your girlfriend before? That's interesting.
No, I've never raced against my girlfriend before, partly because my other half doesn't drive. But let's just put it this way, right? If Alex knows where the bedroom is, he will not fight Jacqueline, and he will let her pass, right? Because if he doesn't realise that, he will be sleeping on the sofa. So I can guarantee Alex Shen will not fight Jacqueline here this evening at all if they're in the same part of the racetrack, because I can guarantee you Alex knows where the sofa is. And he will.
And you
not
better
want to
have
be
a good
sleeping on
sofa too. Some of those sofas have a good a good rebar support. Not one of those fold-out sofas where the bar just almost breaks your back when you wake up in the morning going, this is the reason why am I sleeping? And you try to crawl back into the, knocking on the door like, I'm sorry, in the middle of the night. That ain't going to work.
No.
That ain't going to work, my friend.
I'm sorry for taking you out on the bus stop in Belgium. It wasn't my fault, honest. The gap was there. I went for the gap. Can you imagine that conversation between Jacqueline and Alex if that happens? That would be so funny. Eric Chews, half a second up.
She'll be like, bus stop this, middle finger.
Second. Yeah, definitely. Eric Chews got into second place on a 2:18.402. So stunning drive from him there as well in the last 3 minutes of qualifying. He will get one more lap in currently at the moment. Nick Show down in 14th has also got about 3 tenths improvement currently with Rail Tover, 4 tenths up as well. So see how Nick comes across the line there as well. I hope everybody is well in chat. as we go into the last 3 minutes here for the Sunday Drive Racing League on a Monday here on the JPB YouTube channel with myself, James Parfitt, and Dean Biggles into the booth as well, bringing you all the action. Looking forward to this one. It's good to see him back, really, for season 2.
Oh, and a fantastic bunch, isn't it, here? It's a great community. You were there before there, James, having a bit of a chat to everybody.
Yeah.
In the driver's briefing room. Not a lot of leagues always have everybody turn up at a driver's briefing room. Some of them do, some of them don't. But to get a whole bunch of people there, that shows you the dedication. And everybody gets along, everybody has fun racing. Of course, yeah, they're going to have moments. You will always get that during the season when things heat up a little bit. And, you know, best friends can become mortal enemies for 5 minutes. And then, you know, shaking hands and best friends again an hour later. But that's a motor race. That's just what happens. Look at this other livery you got up here at the moment. Is that
Rail Tovers, right?
Yeah.
No, we've got this is just where we go a little bit crazy with liveries. This is we've got Rail Tover, okay, and also who was Rails? If I'm not mistaken, he's in Caging the Fear. So Rail Tover and Rob Lau, they have got this livery on with Nicolas Cage. As you can see, he's Cage's face all over the place. Now, if we go on to Eric Dong, where is Eric? Eric is there. They are from Fear the Cage. So we've got Caging the Fear and Fear the Cage. So they have got it in the reverse order.
It's a mirror.
Yeah, pretty much. So
there's like a Hulk, isn't it? One's a Hulk.
Yeah.
Like
that's what I mean.
The Hulk and Cage.
Yeah, it's like Jekyll and Hyde, isn't it? So
yes, it is Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, Jekyll, and then there's Hyde there, the green machine.
And they're running line of stand-up through Rouge too. As well.
So we've got Caging the Fear and Fear the Cage this season. So there we go.
Oh, right. It's going to be fun in the casting booth.
Matt, I think someone's talked enough trash to Tony that he's not going to qualify all season. Well, I had this interesting conversation in there as well. And we were talking initially, his teammate Juan was not on track. So I said, have you not got a teammate, Tony? And he was like, yeah, Juan's my teammate. And then they all picked up and said he doesn't need a teammate. So I'm guessing that Tony has decided that he's going to see how far he can go from the last to first challenge here at 60 minutes of Spa. I think it's going to be interesting and it's going to be great to see from Tony to see how he gets on as well. Yeah, I know the Nick Cage livery is stuff of nightmares as well. Would you really want that Mercedes looming behind you for the whole 60 minutes, Biggles?
Well, I don't want any of these cars looming behind me for 60 minutes, and that's the reason why, my friend, because I'm never ahead of them. So I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, definitely not. Right, we are coming to the end of qualifying here as well this evening. We will bring you up the times in the next 20 seconds and give you a rundown of the grid here this evening. So Eric Santos is in chat as well. Go Dong. He is currently sitting in 6th place here as well. With that,
it's all gone
green.
Pete Tong.
It's all gone Pete Tong for Eric Dong.
With Eric Dong, yeah.
Pete Tong for Eric Dong. So we could have a little bit of rhyming slang for you there, if anybody knows that one. All gone Pete Tong. So
yeah, he used to be a famous DJ in the UK, right?
He
Even
did,
running radio
Tong.
shows as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rob Lau is going about 4 tenths quicker at the moment as well. So we'll follow Rob and see how he gets on across the last parts of the circuit. He is coming down through Blanchimont at this moment in time as well. So let's see how he gets on here this evening and see what time he can put on the board right at the end. He's on for a 2:19 if he can just tighten up the bus stop. He's about 6 tenths up currently on his time of a 2:20.270 in that big gruffing Mercedes here within ACC. That sound, that quality, he's a second up at the moment. Where is Rob Lau? What is Rob going to do here? He shoots himself up at a 2:19.3 into 11th place. What a charge there from Rob Lau right at the end. Chris Namak, another one that's improvement, not by a lot, mind you, but he has got an improvement there as well. So Chris, oh no, he's equal. Oh, he's lost a bit of time. Nick Show, another man who's currently 3 tenths up here this evening. Nick is a long way back, mind you. He's coming round Fanier and into the Paul Ferrer double right-hander. So before he goes off down Blanchimont and see how he gets on here as well. Sandy, go Chris. Chris Namak, I'm going to presume. Being that he's the only Chris in the standings, Biggles. Don't know if something to do with it.
And we had a little bit of a shout out too, because Gareth Allen as well, too, one of the members, of course, of JPB, just had a baby born. So last Friday evening, and of course, you've had a couple of a couple of kids. I was going to say popped out. You haven't popped them out, but your missus did. Yeah. So as a dad, very very proud, of course, and we're proud of him. You should be back, obviously, broadcasting again, JPB, when the little one lets him sleep.
Yeah.
Or not sleep.
Here is the grid there as well. Jason Ludwig in first, James Nammet second, Eric Chu third, JB Alcabar in fourth, in fifth is Charles Ho, Eric Don sixth, Matt O'Dore seventh, Arthur Chu eighth, Chris Namak in ninth place, Sego Ma in 10th, Rob Lau in 11th, Nick Show 12th, Alex Shen down in 13th, Rich Lee 14th, Michael Gilbert 15th, Jake Hallinan is down in 16th there as well, Matt Orpheus in 17th, Juan Namak 18th, Rail Over 19th. Alex Lee is down in 20th place. Jacqueline is down in 21st. Christopher Kim in 22nd. Tony Rodriguez 21st. And Jaime Mendoza is in 24th place. So there we go. Should be an interesting one here for the race. And these guys can do an absolute stellar job, I'm sure. Can't they, Biggles?
You go. It's the off season, okay? So your holidays there, it's over. You got back into it. I hope you've been working out and got the fitness there ready to go. Maybe turn your steering wheels up to full. What is it? Full. Geez, I was going to say traction control. I don't even use this steering wheel. Full speed back. There it is.
Okay.
Full speed back. Yeah. Formation lap, of course. Last corner. Position control. So you have some assets that some of the assets is in some of the allowed assists that you're allowed to use: auto engine start, auto clutch, auto lights, auto wiper. Really, auto wiper, so it detects rain and you're okay. Speaking of rain, I think it'll be okay here in Spa, my friend.
You reckon?
Today, 1 hour race, of course. You never know. You never know. This place isn't one of those famous tracks where it can rain on one part of the track and not in the other. It's 7 kilometers long. Yeah,
it probably definitely can that. So it will rain on one side and not out on the other side. That's the problem, isn't it? It's Spa in general. It's
doesn't do that in iRacing, but I believe. In ACC, iRacing doesn't have rain.
Not yet.
Not yet. Doesn't. It's not that dynamic, is it?
They come out.
Yeah, well, April Fools, my friend. April Fools.
Yeah, that's what I said, and people didn't believe me.
It is.
I was like,
it's April Fools.
Yeah, it is. And they were like, it's not April Fool's, here it is. And I was like, is it really?
Why did you release it on the 1st of April then?
Yeah, well, maybe that was what the plan was. I don't really know why they did that, but I think at the end of the day, let's just see. I'm sure it's coming at some point. Maybe not straight away.
Yeah, no. Good luck on graphics card there. Probably murder at that point.
Amy's in chat. Hello, nerds. The Queen is back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is Michael Gilbert's sister, who provided some very informative conversations last season. Actually had me in stitches that much. I had to pass the baton over to Biggles for about 5 minutes because I was laughing my absolute head off. So, if I'm not mistaken, welcome back, Amy. I hope you're well. Thank you again for joining us.
Keep it up, Amy. Round 2. See if you can get James in stitches again. Break down the caster.
Don't. That was just literally giving Michael grief. That absolutely made me crease up. I've got to be honest. I was literally in stitches last season. So welcome back again, Amy. I hope you are well. Having windscreen wipers sounds kind of weird on race cars. Well, it's kind of important in the rain. Not going to lie. But there we go. As we wait now for the formation.
You don't need it, mate. Rain-X. My windscreen wipers didn't work one time on one of my cars back in the day, and I just used Rain-X, and that just beaded right off.
What's
as long as you're going fast enough. Rain-X is like this little product that you buffer in. It's like a little oil coating thing, and it buffers into the windscreen, so it just beads right off.
Oh, nice.
Like just really, really, yeah. But you have to be going speed, not crazy speed, but it does. You honestly can get heavy rain and use that, but. I don't think they have it here in ACC, so
No.
it's that little wide, but it's automatic anyway, so not much you can do about it.
Well, okay. But here we go. You got to be so speed that the rain just flies off. Yeah, that's what Biggles was just talking about with his codec thing. As we wait for the start, Jason Ludwig in first, of course. So let's see.
Let's go, Jason. Out there. Give us a shout out to you drivers that want to go. You know, crowd does have crowd has its benefits. It does. It's a fan boost.
Definitely is. We do have a pace lap beforehand, so we will settle in for this pace lap. And this is where they all sort of get nervous and settle down and see how everything's working to make sure everything's set up. Maybe. Yeah,
you make sure you got gas in the car. You've topped up your windscreen wiper fluid there. Make sure you got the right PSI in the tyres.
How is Tony going to get on, do you reckon, from the back? We know Tony's quick already. Right, we know Tony's quick.
I think it's a matter of surviving La Source, surviving
we are underway.
Rouge.
They've only done a little pace lap.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
We are underway already, and it's Jason Ludwig at the top of the hill. There's been an incident further down. Charles Ho, JB Akbar have made contact. They are off on the back end of the track there, but it is currently Jason Ludwig out in front with Eric Chu tucked up right behind him. James Nammock behind that as well. Nick Show is just about to make the move past Arthur Chu there as well. Is Nick about to get through down into Lukumi? He is. JB Alcabar, though, unfortunately looked like he come a cropper. Jaime Mendoza is another one who's struggling there as well. Charles Kim is also at the back of the grid currently, and Tony Rodriguez is up into 18th place already.
It's a bit of carnage back as well too, James, around that 9th position as that they're making their way around. I don't see which section, of course. Yeah, that's in now to. Geez, I'm really rusty on that one. Sorry, James.
That's
I've
all
been
right.
sparring a little while. I should know all these corners off by heart.
Coming round the back end of Puon, and then coming into Fanier, the right and left-hander. Of course, currently at this moment in time here with Rich Lee, Michael Gilbert, Juan Nammock, Jake Hallinan there as well. Gilbert's just about to go up on the inside. He's going to try and run him around the exit of Fanier before he goes into Paul Ferrer. Is he going to be able to make this stick? He's off the track at the moment as well. Round the right-hander of Paul Ferrer he goes, and it is Michael Gilbert currently up into 12th place. I think he's going to have to be looking out for. Juan Nammock is in that Mercedes as well. The McMurk, he's got Jake Hallinan tucked up right behind him as they're coming running down Blanchimont now, side by side. Juan in the Mercedes, in the red on the left-hand side, coming around the corner now. And Jake Hallinan does take the inside line and makes it past him currently at the moment. But it is Jason Ludwig with Eric Chu, currently your 1-2, James Nammock in third, Eric Dong fourth, Matt O'Dore 5th place. He got a little bit scrappy towards the back end there, but I think we'll just have to see how it goes here.
Well, I was surprised that they all got side by side through the bus stop chicane. No problemo. You don't see that very often. Good driving already. Realizing, guys, we still have an hour left of this race, essentially. So let's not risk it for the biscuit. Turn 1. Here it is, an opportunity. So you can do the switcheroo here, but how much speed are you going to scrub off before you do go up the hill into Eau Rouge? And then, of course, you can go side by side. I've seen side by side through here in the GD3 cars, but not really recommended, but it is possible.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary going side by side as we jump on board with Matthew Orpheus, who's chasing down Juan Nammock. He's got Tony Rodriguez in the Mercedes right behind him. Tony's pulled out. He's going to be on our left-hand side as well. Here he comes now, and then we've got also Cage on the in coming up behind us at the same time. Do we want to see Cage in the fear or fear the Cage? We do not, but it has happened as well. Eric Chu has taken Jason Ludwig. Now, there was contact on that one. They've made a little bit of contact, but they are through currently at the moment. Eric Chu in first, Jason Ludwig in second.
James, the other cages are being under a massive attack right now from two of those drivers. That's a battle for P4.
Matt O'Dore looks
Check this back O'Dore. Yeah, look at that. He's got a bit of a traffic jam there behind, but that's one cage you'd be fearing right now. The other cage is further back. Look at this side-by-side action. Once again through Pouon, as you mentioned.
Eric Dong from the Fear the Cage team. So he is currently sitting in 5th place. He's got Matador, Nick Show, Namak behind him, Alpha Chew as well. There's going to be a line, and at the front is going to be Matador with Sego Ma. They're currently at the moment as well chasing down this man, Eric Dong from Fear the Cage, with Sego Ma, Matador, Nick Show, and Chris Namak all behind him.
And patiently making their way around Blockmont. Of course, I don't think you lift off too much through there. You get a couple of drivers go a little bit wide. Don't get too wide in the marbles there because of the grass. And then you can check in, but you may never leave into the bus stop. And look at that, James. 2 of them checked in, and they didn't quite leave. One didn't, almost made the fence there, and everybody else kind of snuck through there. But look, that's how easy it is, isn't it, Matador?
Yeah, Matador missed the chicane and went torpedoing off there. That was just absolutely insane. Matador, where you off to, sir? And he went torpedoing off the side of the circuit. Missed the bus stop chicane altogether. But
he forgot his tickets, James. That's what it is. He forgot. Like, you would try to hop in the bus, and unfortunately the bus driver said, man, no tickets, no roll.
We go on board with James Namak. Of course, Jason Ludwig's on our inside currently as well. Chris Namak is off the side of the circuit at the top of El Rouge and Radion. Chris is off. We'll try and have a look back and see what happened to Chris Namak, if we can find out whereabouts it went on. And we'll see how we go. See here with Chris, but he has jumped straight back into the pits as well, so that's never good for Chris Namak currently at the moment.
We have a caution. It's not a red flag, thankfully, but it's down at 23rd place there, James. Something happened a little bit to the 212 car.
Yeah, that's Jacqueline as well. Still going, but not looking too tidy at the moment.
And Chris is in pit road.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find out where it happened, but can't actually seem to find out where it went on currently on that one.
Tony Rodriguez is about to make another move there. He said from basically last place in this race at the 55 machine. Should be able to get this one because that was a twirly. Well, just managed to save that. And that's Mr. Namak there a little bit further up there. Currently, this is a battle for P14, and I don't know whether 15's gone 16, actually because there it is.
15 and 16. Tony Rodriguez is in the McMurk car.
McMurk.
Yeah, it's the McMurk Happy Meal car. That's what they've called it.
Is he going to be happy to have a meal after this race if he gets up on the podium, or is he going to be not so happy, McMurk?
I don't know. It depends, really, how what he seems to think. I don't know if it's Charles Ho has just gone past Rail Tova, and that's because Rail Tova has had a minute. And let's see if we can find out what happened to Rail Tova here. So there is Tova on our screen currently. This is coming down into Blanchimont. Is there going to be contact, or did he just get it all squirrely and wrong? He runs out through the exit. Oh, he gets it all wrong. Unfortunately for Rail Tova, yeah, it may just meant and hit the wall. So,
and Amy says, "Wait, there's actually a girl participating." Yes, absolutely. Hey, girls are quick.
Yeah, that is represented by Jacqueline, who has just made that move past Matthew Orpheus, currently sitting in 22nd place. So don't forget, obviously, Jacqueline and Alex Shen are partner, boyfriend and girlfriend. JB Alcabar has just gone past, or trying to go past, Tony Rodriguez here in the Mercedes. JB forcing his way through, getting his elbows out on this run down here. As he's going into Rivage, around, coming out Rivage down into No Name. There was a pass here with Ju on a Matador, but they have made contact in that procedure. Matador has battled away with Ju on Namak here for 13th and 14th place. So action all the way through the field in the lower positions. The leaders seem set in stone. Eric Chu's about 2 seconds in front. James Namak there. Jason Ludwig is behind him. Juon has gone past Matador once again. And Matt is just about to lose out to his teammate JB Alcabar into Lacombe. So into Fanier, sorry, the backside of the circuit before he comes running down into Paul Ferrer. And this battle of cars here, Biggles, this is going to get interesting.
It will. It's all about that great exit you're going to have down to a Blockmore, of course, and because it's basically just a full send, no lifting until you get to the bus stop. So I'm pretty sure we're going to maybe able to see a side-by-side action here, and once again, see if anybody can hit that stop pedal and stop the current time. Are they going to get line of stone here? Here it is. Could be a run, James, but I don't know. Maybe a little bit too far back. We'll see.
Yeah.
That corner approaches you pretty damn quickly. I think they're going to foul through this one this time around. Yes.
Yeah, Tony's going to try and look for an exit out of the second part of the bus stop before he goes running down into turn one. He's got to go and try and stay as close as he can for this run up through El Rouge and Radion. We'll stay on board, Tony, give you that sensation of what it's like driving this Mercedes there as well. Oh, Matt, keep it on track. There was contact further in as well. Juan Namak and also, who was in front of JB there? But this is what it's going, seeing like on the back of JB's car. In the cockpit we go with JB Alcabar through El Rouge and Radion. There was talk that they would have to lift off that part due to the fact of how the car is reacting. But Juan Namak is giving Charles JB some proper grief here, and with Charles Ho as well. So it's going to be interesting into that run into Lacombe currently.
They did get through there safely, kind of. Oh, no, a little bit of a twitch of a moment, and I think that's Mr. Rodriguez up there. Maybe. They're going to be side by side here. He's going to swing to the left, so he's going to have the inside line. You will compromise a bit of your exit speed. Look behind James. There it is. There's a little bit of a tap, so you got remember those two Mick cars. And that's currently in that battle there, as well as the other two teammates. And there's a little bit of a pick machine in the middle of this wars.
Yeah, that's Charles Ho in the middle there. Did Tony just pass 3 people in one move, or am I seeing things? Well, they all got kind of mixed up together. Juan and the JB tied up at La Source. And then Tony snuck through there. So Tony is now currently in 13th place with Matt O'Dore behind him, with Charles Ho, JB Alcabar and Juan Namak. So this is part of the closest battles currently on track at this moment in time, of course. JB Alcabar there chasing down Charles Ho with Juan Namak behind him in the Merc Happy Meal car, of course. Yeah, he had some help.
If you're happy, yeah, clap your hands, sing a song.
Yeah, he definitely had some help there going into La Source. So that was tied up with Juan and JB, and then that allowed Tony to sneak through. But we're on board with JB now, as he's got Charles Ho in the Audi in front of him currently at the moment, coming into the bus stop. Charles positioned his car there, Biggles, in the middle of the track, and was like, nope, not this time.
That's the best way to do it. Yeah, best way through. You will. Oh, there's contact out of the bus stop, but you've seen that before a few times. But then lift off and just resume that one.
Yeah, that was Matt O'Dore, of course, with Charles Ho. Charles just about to lose the position to Juan on our inside. There is Juan there, as he's just gone up past Charles Ho. I'm sure Charles will look at coming back at him again. Tony has opened up a little bit of a gap further up from them now. He's cleared off up the road a little bit. So we have got JB, Juan, Charles Ho and Matt O'Dore all fixed up.
Oh! That's almost, out of the fence, but that's how you lose it up through Eau Rouge. And that's, scary moment, as you mentioned there, James. But to just get it all wrong, trust me, I've done that a million times before.
Yeah.
And luckily, it gets to see that one. I think Amy was talking there about putting some Taylor Swift music on there. I've been to a Taylor Swift concert before too in New Jersey with my ex-girlfriend.
Did you actually?
Yes, I did. Yes, she's a huge Taylor Swift fan, so I got dragged along to that concert. So I know all about the Taylor Swift. I'm not quite sure which Taylor Swift song you'd actually have on if you're in the motor car right now. Right?
I don't really know, to be honest. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I can't actually answer. I can't actually name one song from Taylor Swift. I've got to be honest. It's not really my cup of tea. Sorry everybody. Gummy Bear song. See, I know that one because I've got kids. So.
Yeah. Do you know Bananas and Pajamas? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. All right, rolling around the track. We weren't going to start singing some children's stories for everybody here.
You know the Gummy Bear song, though? Do you know the Gummy Bear song?
I don't know the Gummy Bear song. Sorry, I don't know that one.
It just goes, I'm a gummy bear, I'm a gummy bear, I'm a gummy bear.
It's not a Wiggles song, is it? Because actually, believe it or not, Wiggles was
really know.
Wiggles is actually the band in Australia that's made more money than any other Australian band. That's including ACDC's Australian band and all those other classics. Wiggles made more. Oh, what's happened?
Sego Ma got all out of shape there. Let's have a look and see what Sego's been up to. As he's coming down into the bus stop, he got all out of shape at one point, and it looked like he caused a bit of a mass drama. Coming down now. So what does Sego get up to coming out of this bus stop? I think he goes either over that sausage. Oh, he knocks him round. And there's the chaos.
Yeah, he's pushing the driver. Go, come on, come on,
just
go a little quicker out of the. Come on, please. Blue flag? No, we don't want to talk about that.
No, not blue flag, not already. Nick Show and Alex Shen here. Nick's in at the Golf liveried. Aston Martin goes out onto the left-hand side. Is he going to be able to make it through? Or is Alex going to put up a fight? He's going to put up a fight coming into Lacombe. They're going to be side by side. Here they go on this run down into Ravage. It's going to be Alex defending his position. Nick's going to try and come back on the entrance to Ravage now. He's on the right-hand side. How's he going to go?
No.
No, Nick. Nick. That's not how you do that.
Off the racing line. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, that is definitely
We've seen that before.
Yeah.
It wasn't much contact. It's just a little tap. But remember, it's a very high-speed corner there too, as well. So it doesn't take too much to get twirly-whirly.
Yeah. Now Alex Shen, just for good health, has got Rich Lee right up beside him currently at this moment in time. 44 minutes remaining here. At this iconic Spa. So contact again. Rich Lee gets a little bit out of shape. Oh, Michael's right behind him. I tell you what, Michael could have had him there. I'm surprised he did not put a little bit more like grunt on the inside.
I think he might have realised there's 44 minutes at the moment there, James. We've seen a couple of cars go around at the moment. I'd probably lift off a little bit and just wait to pan out to see what's happening in the future. Of course, the future coming up to the bus stop chicane soon as well, too. That's the one you're going to have to not be too close to the driver up the road. But
Sego! Oh.
Save.
Yeah, he got a save as well. Amy's asked for some background music. Hearing the engines get old. Well, unfortunately, it's a motor race. Here, Amy, there's not really a lot that I could do about that. I don't know if I don't think people will be happy if I start putting on any form of music. Sego's just got up the trying to go around the outside, yeah.
La Source, very difficult if you take the very inside line of La Source. It's good for defending, but of course, it compromises your exit speed. Not too bad. Here we go. We could see a side-by-side up through Rouge. No, somebody boldly brave said, I don't want to visit the medical center here today. No, not yet.
Yeah, Michael Gilbert blocks off and is like, not this time, mate. You can have that. But Sego's going to go on the inside of Charles. Yeah.
We will talk that one in a second. Overtake, overtake. Let's see.
Oh, he's gone round.
Yeah.
He's gone round. Sego Ma not having a good one.
Upset driver, upset driver.
Yeah,
anyway, get it. No. Get that out of our head.
Tony Rodriguez is now going to go up and have a battle with Sego, but we've seen poor old Sego Ma having a little bit of a rough time currently round through No Name and on their way round to Pouhon. So it's going to be interesting to see here and see what they go as well. Eric Chu, do you need a new head of PR? I think he's, I don't really know. I don't think so. Why would Eric Chu need that? Where is Eric currently? He's out in front. He's just sort of chilling along. Look, there is your leader. Here he is, just chilling out in the BMW further up. Currently got a 3.3 second gap, but Tony Rodriguez is fighting away with Sego Ma here. And Nick Show, of course. This is where the battle is. Tony is obviously starting at the back. He's up 12 places currently at the moment.
Tony doing what Tony does best. Licensing to the field. You know why? Because he's got a bit of Biggles boost, doesn't he, on the side of that car? That's got to give you a little bit. That's got to be worth at least an extra 3 or 4 Sorry, yeah, kilometers an hour. Easy peasy.
What, because he's got your face on the side?
Absolutely. It works every time.
Oh, there we go. Pip Stella is in chasing. Blade Biggles, he took the bait. Oh, Tony's just about to lose the position to Nick. Nick's got in too
He's got
hard.
it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Nick
Yeah, that's not the Biggles boost I was talking about there, Tony.
Oh.
There's your teammate coming around there, too. Teammate's almost going to hop out of the car and check to see if you're okay.
Tony!
Oh, Tony. There's your blue flag waving right there at the moment, your best friend. But that's all right.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe Tony couldn't handle the Biggles boost. Maybe he was listening at the moment and he hit the top hat button and gave him too much boost into bus stop. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, well, Nick's show there is going to have to answer that one. It's not the first time. Obviously, there has been contact there with Nick. So, Sego Ma, Jake Hallinan running down into Lacombe. Sego's going to try and go around the outside. There's going to be contact. You didn't give him enough room, Sego. You got to give him a little bit more than that before you can turn in on him. You managed to make the position, but that was not enough room given there from Sego Ma. Matt O'Dowd unfortunately looked like he's got down. There is Matt again. What have you been up to, Matt? Let's have a look.
He's exploring the Red River up the top of the hill, which is called Arouge.
This is where he's gone again. You can see him coming running down there now.
Been there, done that.
What do you reckon? Carried too much? Didn't lift?
Yeah, too much. Yeah. Been there, done that.
So
it's but luckily out of the fence. Yeah, good to see another day. He lives to see another day through Arouge. I've got a shirt that said I survived Arouge. Okay, so that's one you want to have on your resume.
Yeah, this is Rob Lau.
39 minutes left, James. So pit window is now open. Just to let everybody aware about that pit window situation. It opens 40 minutes into the race, which we just hit. It closes 20 minutes left in the race. So that's what you have to get that pit. And you see the number next to the drivers as our leader does go in. The numbers next to that have a 1. In the orange, that means they have to take that's their pit stop that is there. Once that 1 turns to a 0 and it goes green, that means you've taken your mandatory pit stop and you're good to go for the rest of the race.
Yeah, Eric Chu is in the pits currently at the moment as well. Jake Hallinan is still battling away with Sego Ma further down. Rich Lee has got himself in as well. That's Alex Shed in front of us in the Porsche, of course.
Mm-hmm. Of course, what the Porsche could do.
Well, the thing is with the Porsche in ACC, it's a little bit more sturdy than the Porsche in iRacing. So, from that point of view, hopefully Alex will be able to keep it on track. The Porsche in iRacing, it's got its own saying now. It just does Porsche things because nobody's really entirely sure what it's going to do. You can do the same thing for 45 laps, and then on number 46, you do the same thing, and it will just spin you around and put you in the wall. So, you know, Tony Rodriguez set the fastest lap of the race that time around on the 2:19. However, that has just been pipped by Eric Chu on the 2:19.532 currently. So all these guys are going into the pits. You can see them there. Eric Chu, Rob Lau, JB, Railtover.
Yeah, look at Eric. Yeah, what a mustache too on the BMW. The front there, sporting a fantastic mustache. I know how it feels. He's a bit of the wax there to curl your mustache up there. You can see it just above the Audi symbol there. Lifting himself into hopefully another position here, battling it for sure. The 99 machine. Still haven't seen a picture of yourself there, James, on the other car there, because that's what Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, no,
Tony
I did end up with my face on a front of a NASCAR in in the BSC league there as well. One of the guys literally took the photo, my profile photo, off my website. And whacked it on the front of his NASCAR.
I would have done one you scoffing down a Big Mac. That would have been a great picture to put in the front of the car.
I need to send the picture, out of me eating. I do eat. I can't.
Well, you're going to be sending pictures, of course, if we hit 1,000 subscribers. So please hit the subscribe button if you want to be able to see James broadcasting on his network for a bit of a food review situation when he's on his holiday in Spain. Started with an S.
Mate, I'm definitely not going to take the missus to Spa.
Just to keep his missus happy about that one. So he gets a chance to use his phone for one time, I think, right? Have you already told your missus about that? But we'll see.
Well, the missus has said, basically, I haven't had a holiday in about 18 months since starting up JPB. So she has said that she's going to go on holiday to Spain. My phone is going in the safe in the morning. Well, after breakfast, I can have my phone for an hour at breakfast and then an hour in the evening to catch up on what's gone on. That is it, apparently. That's all I'm allowed.
Well, what about if the one case subscribers, you have to do a food review?
Well, then I'm going to have to take it with me. I'll make her understand.
So, you're going to have to ask her about that. A drive-through penalty, unfortunately, for the 222 car there of... I didn't get the first names, James, sorry, but so you're going to have to say who the first name is. But
222?
The 220.
220, that's JB.
JB, yep, drive-through.
Drive-through penalty for JB Alcabar there. So, unfortunately for him, you can see all the people that have taken their pit stops. Stuart Namek has got Tony Rodriguez in front of him currently at the moment as well. Tony, of course, has been mixed up in his own little battles this evening with other cars, and Juan has well. So, we'll see how that works.
Look at the time they lost too, James. They're down at P16 after a pit stop, because remember, it's a
long old pit stop.
some time.
Mate,
Yeah.
it's a long pit lane. So, I'm not really surprised there. Eric Chu down in 16th, the first of the pit runners, of course. Took his pit stop, was in second, I believe, when he come in. So there we go. Alex Shen and Charles Ho. Charles is in the pits, so is Alex. Christopher Kim goes past him in 13th place again. There with that lovely liveried car. I do like that livery. I think that brings back memories of the old car mats. I think that's amazing there. From Something Clever Racing is Chris Kim. Teamed up with Michael Gilbert, of course. Them two guys are together, so should hopefully see something both of them doing rather well. Jacqueline Wang is looking at the Alex Lee battle. Alex has run a little bit wide. Jacqueline's going to be coming up the inside if she has. She has in that Lexus. Alex Shen's had a little bit of an incident as well.
Well, and also the Mr. Dong Fear in the cage there got the job done there on that Lutwick, so he's made himself up with the P2. Still has to make a pit stop. In fact, he just took a pit stop there.
Yeah.
And maybe the reason why that overtake happened there from Jason going in.
Yeah, it did. Jason just went in. Alex Lee and has got back past Jacqueline again. So Alex is 22nd and 23rd place currently at this moment in time. So there goes battling away quite nicely. We've got a lot of people in the pits at the moment as well. Jason Ludwig's in there. He is just heading in. We've got Rich Lee, Michael Gilbert, Sego Ma, Jake Hallinan, Nick Show. Tony Rodriguez has gone past and turned around. He's also not in the pits currently at the moment. He's going to go whizzing past Jason Ludwig and take himself up into 4th place. So,
See what's happening.
yeah, Zuma, that's the thing. Sounds like your missus actually enjoys spending time with you, JP. Nothing wrong with that. No, I think that's the thing. When we haven't had a holiday in that certain amount of time, you know, she's been so supportive of everything that we've done within JBB as well. She's been here all the time when I've been doing broadcasts 7 days a week and stuff like that. So, yeah, the rules of the holiday: phone in the safe in the morning.
James, well, why is Charles in like the number 8 car going back in again pit road second time around?
Charles Ho.
The fastest. Charles Ho, yeah. No, the 8 machine, the BMW, back in.
Not sure. Eric
The Lego Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Yeah, and going back to that one too. Yeah, I've probably James's missus is probably jealous of me. I've spent more time with James than probably she has spent with James in the last couple of months with all that cast we've been doing together. So
dude, I know.
Need that holiday, mate.
Yeah.
I want a divorce, James. All right, I've had enough.
Well, that's
You
nice.
need to go on a holiday.
the thing is as well, that's it. When you haven't had a holiday for that period of time as well, it's so tough. And bless her, she's been so supportive and that. So I treated her to a holiday away for a week, so we are off there as well. Michael Gilbert's coming out of the pits. Rich Lee's coming out as well. Here comes Alex Shen. Is he going to get the run? He has. He's got the run out past Rich Lee. Is he going to get Michael Gilbert down into Lacombe? Michael's going to send him round the out long way and said, if you're going to have it, you've got to go round the outside, and he has done there. Alex Shen up 2 places. Sego Ma, Nick Show, Jake Hallen and Richley and Michael Gilbert all just come out of the pits, battling away here with Nick Show and Jake Hallonen as well, as they're going rushing down into Lacombe currently at this moment in time as well. 31 minutes remaining. Arthur Chu, James Namek, Eric Dong, Tony Rodriguez, Juan Namek is in the pits now. So is Eric and James. Jaime Mendoza has not got in yet, and neither has Christopher Kim. So both of these will need to make their pit stops as well. So there was contact with Nick Show, but he has passed Jake Hallonen. Whether or not that was contact to put Jake further back down, that is, we'll only see. Tony's currently up into 2nd place, and he's going one more. He's going to take it to the end of the pit window.
And it's a mandatory tyre change, but the end of the pit window, remember, it's 20 minutes, so he's got 11 and change to get it done. Now, it's also risking it for the biscuit. We did see this actually in some of the league racing. We broadcasted earlier this week there, James, that some of the drivers took it to the last 30 seconds or so to get it in pit road. And we were kind of like, Dan and I, because one of the other casters here on JP Broadcasting Network, were like, if you had a little spin or a little moment and you didn't get in there in time, you're disqualified. As Matador, I think, has had a little bit of a moment. Like maybe, hopefully not through a rouge again.
No, it's just come out of the pits, I think. Just come out of the pits. Shows up a yellow flag when they come out of the pits.
Yeah, it's because it's so close, isn't it, that pit lane entrance here?
Richley and Michael Gilbert here, battling away. So, Rich, of course, is going to try and go around the outside into La Source. Is he going to be able to make it stick this time? He's not. In that Audi, he's going to have to go again. However, James Namek's just come out of the pits as well. So it's going to be where James and Tony all come out together. I think that's going to be the interesting thing. As we can see, one of Rob Lau in the cage car go past James there into Lacombe. And we've got an emote battle going on in YouTube chat. So much love.
Where's the James emote?
Yeah, I haven't got one yet.
We
haven't hit the 1,000 subscribers, so I can't make one.
Yeah. Oh, well. The only way to fix that solution, of course, is hit that like and subscribe button. And, of course, the bell notifications, too. So I have to hit the bell notifications. Otherwise, James is going to be calling me saying, Biggles, it's time to cast, my friend. No, I'm only kidding, because we know exactly when to cast. But the bell notification is actually quite good if you want to make sure you get in here and support your family members and your friends. Your sister or a brother or a mother or a father, great uncle. With some of the drivers actually we do know in some of the other leagues too, James. Isn't that one of them that has a whole family there? There's like granddads, grandmas, like they're like the far up there television in the lounge room. There's everybody here, the grandkids, everybody's watching the whole show. Yeah,
that's the BSC later on tomorrow if you're in the obviously the west coast of America for the BSC NASCAR League round 11 from Kansas Speedway. That's Terry Spainhour. Last week we had Terry's mum, his dad, his brother, his sister, his nan and granddad all in YouTube chat. It was absolutely amazing as well. And mum said that she's going to send me a tanker, they call it, which I presume is like a big glass, with Terry's livery on the car as well, on the tanker, which will be absolutely amazing.
Wow.
But later on today we have got the MX5 UK Sim Racers round 4 from Belle Isle, and then of course the BSC NASCAR round 11 from Kansas Speedway. So good night everyone. I have a life and already bored. Oh Amy, didn't survive till the end. 27
we need
minutes.
A crash.
Yeah. It's
not Formula One, but we'll get this heated up in a minute. They're coming out of the pit. The pit windows will kind of sort those they'll out in a little bit. You'll start to see them bunching up. You see on the track map at the moment too. Well, you have the track map up there, James, but on the track map, there's a lot of cars going up through a rouge, of course. So they'll be very, very close together. They are very, very close together too, James, because you've got Gilbert, 71 machine, tucked up behind the 99 machine, and then just behind them you have the 143. So there's your excitement right there. There's the pink machines.
Yeah, this is Charles Ho at the back end of this one. Of course, Charles teaming up with Richley, both in the same livery, of course. They're in the Rideshare Racing team. So as they go free wide down into Lacombe, Michael Gilbert goes through. There's going to be contact between the teammates further back as well. We don't want that. Richley and Charles Ho. Charles didn't make it through on his teammate, but Michael Gilbert did a 3 wide and pass there as well as he goes running into Lacombe and on there from there. So there we go.
First rule of teammates is don't take teammates out.
Yes. That is...
Unless you're going to make Toto walk through headphones, you're going to have Christian Horner go crazy, and, you know, obviously you're going to have some doors smashed down there if you were the Gunter Steiner. Gunter in the Haas garage.
Laugh, bro,
he would be smashing things around. As Tony Rodriguez does go in there from P2 for his mandatory pit stop. And only one remaining car there, I believe, in the field there, James, which is our current race leader in the Honda 911 machine.
Yeah,
it's Porsche 911 you'd really want to have, wouldn't it, as a race number? But anyway.
Yeah, I'm expecting him. He should be in this lap, though, mind you, because I don't know how much time he's going to get to do another one. He might get another 1 or 2, but that's about it. Tony is in the pits. We are waiting for Eric Chu and Eric Dong and Jason Ludwig. It's going to be seeing where Tony filters out currently at the moment in time. So the pit stop time seems to be around about 74 seconds. So Tony's already on 71, 72, 73. Still stationary in the pits. He's going to be going at least losing the position to Eric Chu, Eric Dong, Jason Ludwig. Still stationary. Gone down now 4th, 5th. What about Rob Lau? Rob's going to do him as well. 6th. James Nammock. 7th for Tony Rodriguez. He's still in the pits. What is Tony up to? It's a very long time.
Keep an eye on the battle for P2 that's brewing up at the moment. There's one of the Fear the Cages. That's the green Fear the Cage machine, the 69 machine, tucked up behind through the bus stop chicane. It's through the bus stop chicane, of course. Sorry, that's through outside of
Paul Ferrer running around it.
Yeah, that was Lacombe, sorry.
Coming down into Rivage. We need a GoFundMe for a rig for Amy. Well, maybe, but good luck trying to get her in that, mate. Arthur Chu is into the pits as well.
Finally,
yeah, he took it to as late as he could. Tony Rodriguez is out, comes back out in 11th place with a very extended pit stop, mind you. Well, it's put him around about the 74-second mark, but it seemed to be stationary a lot longer than that. So, but he's coming out in 11th place at this moment in time. Eric Dong chasing Eric Chu, and Arthur Chu is in the pits. It's a long old pit lane, this one. It's down in the endurance pits, of course. So it goes round the corner and drops down the other side. What is he
next
doing
to the mountain.
To the difficulty, says Yuma. I don't really know. You go and have a word with him, Yuma. Go and ask him what Tony's up to. But whatever he's doing, he's in 11th place currently, and he's dropped down the order. Now, his pit lane time, it does say come out round about the same as everybody else, but that just seemed incredibly long. So I don't really know on that one. I know Arthur Chu's in as well.
Oh, big accident, James! The battle there, that was the battle that was brewing, of course, that I mentioned there. So Mr. Dong has had a bit of a collision there. And who'd have a collision with the 212 car?
Jacqueline looked like as well.
Uh-oh. There'll be words with the teams.
Yeah, here we go. This is it, running down. Did he just dive, though? That's the problem. If he dive... Oh, she got out of shape on the curb and he come up too fast. Massive amount of overspeed there as well. Jacqueline got up on the car, and unfortunately for Eric Dong, that was the result. So, there we go. Back to live pictures, unfortunately. Eric Dong was involved in that one. Arthur Chu's gone down the order. He's coming out of the pits now. Eric's just about to go past him. That puts Eric Chu back into the lead with Jason Ludwig as well. Michael Gilbert still having this battle with Charles Ho and Rich Lee. Rodriguez is behind, trying to come back through. There he is. He's trying to chase down Rich Lee currently at this moment in time as well. But it is all about where Michael Gilbert is going to go over Charles Ho. What's Gilbert going to do? Is he going to be able to make this move down into Lacombe? I don't think he's going to be close enough.
Not here, no. No, a little bit too far back.
He's too far back, isn't he?
You got to be about 2/10 really to send someone up on the Lacombe. But you got time, clearly quicker at this point.
Yeah.
But also we've seen mistakes made, and there's traffic's not really a bit. Oh, there's a mistake made right there, James. It's right on cue, unfortunately.
Yeah, Charles Ho goes out. That's allowed Michael Gilbert through, and Rich Lee's going to try and come up and challenge him. Tony's now going to sit back and watch this action, of course. We can see what Tony's looking at. That's Rich Lee in front of us there. Car number 99. Don't forget, this is a mixture of AMs and pros in this. Rich Lee being the amateur, of course.
Guess who's in the background? Lurking with a little Biggles loco with the Big Mac Happy Meal, of course, are there in the Mac Happy Meal car.
Yeah, I think he's just going to sit here. I don't really know if Tony's going to be able to get him. He's got to go and try and look at taking him down Blanchimont, because otherwise he's not going to get him anywhere else.
Got to be very careful here too, because it could be a little bit of a tangle there, and all of a sudden you're not checking out anymore, are you? From the bus stop, you're only checking in. Well, you are checking out, not checking in. There it is.
Well, the only good thing is the pit lane entry is right near the bus stop, so I suppose if he gets any damage or anything, he shoots straight in. But that's the last thing he really wants here. I'm not quite sure how he's going to handle this with these these three cars fighting out in front of him as well.
I think Tony's gone for it. No. I don't think Tony's going to. He's got if-gap car.
Oh,
I think.
Gilbert, Charles Ho, and here comes Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I was going to say he almost got a 2-for-1 McDonald's special on that one, but he didn't. Like, there was accident, so there was contact. I don't know quite sure where it all went pear-shaped. We'll have to see that one back there, James.
Well, here we go. We can have a look. As Michael Gilbert and Charles Ho come to contact in front, right? That's where it starts. Then they come back on track. Tony comes through. Charles tags Tony. Tony tags him. Rich Lee goes crashing into Michael Gilbert. And it all just gets a little bit scrappy. And then Michael's in the wall, unfortunately. So a little bit of mistake going on there at the moment as well. So
he's coming back as well, too. Now with the live pictures into Lacombe. Going to give this one a shot at get side by side through Lacombe. Man on a rampage right now, but I did say, Tony, like I did say sit back, but there's Spoons behind as well. So once again in the wars, but Tony somehow managed to survive, but everybody else has not.
Yeah, Charles Ho and Sego Ma just come to contact again round Lacombe. Charles is, well, he's mixing it up here with Tony and Michael and poor old Rich Lee. Rich there as well, yeah, Rich Lee. And then, of course, he then goes again with Sego. So, see if we can catch that last little bit there. No, just a little bit too far, unfortunately. So, yeah, but 19 minutes remaining here as well. The stewards are going to look at that one. Yeah, I think so. I think so. The stewards will have a gaze, but the problem is obviously it's what they're going to be able to do about it. I think the reliable thing would be let the race play out, see how far where Charles does, whether or not he's going to punish himself more or whether or not he's going to make it up. I don't know from that one what the stewards will have a look at. There's obviously been, you know, Nick as well has also been involved in a few, so I think the stewards are going to have a good old look back here with Nick Show and Charles Ho. And I can't answer that question, Yuma, whether or not he's trying to take himself out. It's looking like he's making an attempt to do something, but it's tough, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's motor racing, isn't it? So, somebody's gone off completely in the background there for a second. I'm quite sure who that was, because I'm looking currently at the BMW running the 519 machine, running a P20. That's Lee. And he's been tucked up behind the number 13, or lucky for some, or maybe lucky for Orpheus. Trying to hold off that. So, of course, we try to keep the camera action on as many drivers as possible, because they are in a motor race, no doubt.
Oh, James got out of shape.
Trying their best.
James Lammert got out of shape there with Rob Lau. Rob's going to open up that gap nearly above a second now. James in the Audi, of course. He's currently in the amateur class here. So
he wants to be a pro class right now, driving like this.
Yeah, of course. I'm surprised they haven't going to look at it and move him up if he stays where he is currently, because he's doing an absolute stellar job here as well. Arthur Chu, again, another one mixing it up. But then again, Sego Ma, Charles Ho, Michael Gilbert, Tony Rodriguez, they've all been involved in their own little ta-ta-ta this evening. So it's difficult to say whether or not James would have ended up where he is if they hadn't had them incidents and accidents.
That's why you bring the car home. sometimes just play a little bit safe. We see that before in the endurance races, of course. It's not really an endurance race considering the time period that we're having for it. But, however, you do have to try to seize more opportunities that you would generally do in an endurance race. And you can't sit back too much and drive like a Biggles grandpa. Got to get on with it. Or a James grandpa.
Hey.
James will see you on a track one, hopefully someday, right, James?
Yep.
No, your famous quote line. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to see you on the track one day, James. I'll be in the fence. You slam in the side of my car every time. No, we never raced.
No, Alex Lee's trying to climb up on the back of Matthew Orpheus here. He's going to see how this one turns out.
It's pronounced.
Yeah, with 16 minutes remaining. Yumna.
Yumna.
Yeah, Yumna. That's what I said, didn't I? Did I? Did I not? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You might have probably got it right.
Yeah. So here's Alex Lee and Matthew Orpheus in front of us currently as we're going down Blanchimont. Christopher Kim has been off track. Mr. Kim, what have you been up to?
A Rouge victim?
No, Lacombe victim, I think.
Lacombe victim.
Yeah, Lacombe victim. Christopher Kim.
It's got to be too deep, isn't it? Go straight on.
It's gone in too fast, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened.
Went in way too quick.
Slows down, lets the traffic through. I would have gone straight through on those bumps there because there's a little gap through there, right? On those,
yeah, you can make it through. I don't know what the time penalty would be for missing that part of the chicane, though, unfortunately.
Keep an eye on the 3 machine tucked up behind the 9. Actually, overtake done there. So battle for P13 and 14 has been kind of resolved on that one.
Yeah, Juan Namek and Rich Lee. Yep, you've been calling me Yumna about half the evening. Had it right before. Oh, sorry.
If it's Hubner, it's interesting because
Yumna.
My mother's family name is that. So it's it's German, so it's got U's and all sorts of stuff in it. So
Lots of different apostrophes above letters.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't grow up in Germany. It was like a couple of generations after that. But, we all came from somewhere in Europe, generally in Australia at that point.
Well,
back in the day, but yeah.
If you believe
That's why I was confused that there were different ways of pronouncing that name.
If you believe the Adam and Eve story, mate, we all come from two people anyway. So,
Yeah, I can't believe I'm related to you, James.
I know. How bad is
Come
that?
on.
An Australian and an Englishman related. Who'd have known?
Yeah.
Saying that, I've got family out in Australia and in New Zealand, so, who knows?
We are all family.
We are.
I get on my sisters and me.
Yeah, I do like that one. James has got up to the back of Rob Lau. What is James looking at? He's gone past the theatre gauge. He's going to be trying running around the outside. Is he going to take him down into Lacombe on the outside line, or is Rob going to send it in with him? He's sent it in with him. Is he going to leave the door? Rob got out of shape. James is through. James is driving like an absolute pro here. Sego Ma is another one. He's tucked up behind Nick's show. Of course, Nick's been involved in his own little ta-ta-tas, shall we say. Oh, massive overspeed. It's going to be done.
Now you got to commit. Now you have to commit. Pick your breaking point. And who's on the outside and the inside. Also, build up traffic at the road might be something in play, but here we go. So you remember, you're going to be switching right there. Tucks in behind. So they're going to take the racing line through Lacombe, and quite easy. That looks good textbook way through there, but they're definitely approaching the, I think that's a back marker, isn't it, at the moment? For sure,
Michael Gilbert, it's not.
Oh, it's Michael Gilbert.
Yeah, he's in ninth.
It's not.
No, he's
They're catching
ninth.
Michael Gilbert drastically here. Oh, too much onto the marbles out there. That'll cost you a little bit, but down the Pouon.
Alex Lee.
Oh, it's after Pouon.
Here in the BM, chasing down Matthew Orpheus again up the El Rouge Radion section. 12 minutes remaining. Doesn't look like he's going to get it done there. Jaime Mendoza has just passed Raul Tova. So late action coming in with 12 minutes remaining. They get about 5.5 laps here, depending where Eric Chu is on track. He is coming around the bus stop chicane, of course. So it's going to be about 5 laps left of this wonderful circuit as well. Railed over. Looks like he's had an incident, but he has dropped back from Hyman Mendoza by about 5 seconds. So I wonder what he's been up to. Oh, did he just too much gas coming out of the source?
It's interesting,
No.
or I'm mistaken
Slow
to
down?
a Rouge.
No,
Could be
surely
slow
not.
down. Big battle occurring at the moment there, James, too, as well. 1920 on the grid there, 519 and 13. Also, somebody else is in play in the background there, but that's not actually in position play. Who is that lurking in the background?
Oh, Matthew Orpheus and Alex Lee. Both of these drivers in the Audi, of course.
That's a blue flag, I think.
Is that JB?
Is it? I think I can't quite see. Yeah, from the distance here, my telemetry isn't as great as yours, James. But yeah, that's. Yeah, here we go. Just the old classic
It
blue
is.
flag. Yeah, definitely.
JB trying to go past Matthew Orpheus. JB, of course, in 15th. Matthew in 20th. So technically, you are a blue flag, but he is battling away with Alex Lee. Rail Tova has just been off as well. Matt Orpheus said, right, well,
Late dive, you're going to cook it too much there, my friend. Yep.
Yeah. No,
and almost takes out.
No, don't take out people in front of you, Matt.
Oh, don't you get James fired up about those blue
Oh,
flags.
he's annoying me already.
Anyway.
He should have lifted and let him go through already after that incident. So, Michael Gilbert's just gone past Sego Maher, but we're trying to watch JB get past Matthew Orpheus with not much great effect at this moment in time. I'm not going to rant, I promise you. But he should have let him through a long time ago.
If I was to pick, if I to design a car, a livery for a car, I'm going to race against you one day. My whole car's going to be just covered in a blue flag, just for you.
Yeah, but that would just mean when I get to be behind you, it's going to be, you know, I'm going to be sat there, and I, you know. Michael Gilbert, Nick Show here.
Slow down, I think, as well, too, for the 54 Mercedes there. That's the other Cage the Fear teammate. And he's actually going to allow his other Cage the Fear teammate through because that's a slowdown. Either very slow or some technical problem right now. There's all the Cage the Fear the Cage or the Cage the Fear teammates all bunched up at the moment down the main straightaway going into turn 1.
Yeah.
There too, James.
There they are. Eric Dong chasing down Rob Lau in front, of course. And then Rob's, obviously, teammate behind him as well. So there's a lot of cages all on one part of the track. Not quite sure I'd want to be either anywhere near all of them, to be honest. There's too many Nicolas Cages.
Too much Nicolas.
Too much Nicolas Cages for my liking.
I can only handle one Nicolas Cage at one time. I have 3 of them.
Yeah, definitely not.
Well, obviously back to that close battle in that position you're showing at the moment. So Mr. Gilbert's in the mix there because he's got Mr. Show and he's got Ma there up the road, the 86 car. That'll be a battle for it there. I was going to say not the podium. Well, sorry, the points paying positions.
9th and 10th. So
yeah.
They've been close a couple of times. Michael's gone past Sego. Sego's gone back past Michael. And now currently at the moment, Sego is ahead of Michael. So from that perspective, it's all on Michael to try and close the gap over the next 8 minutes, really. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We've still got Matt O'Dore. He's been in the pits. He's been in the pits for quite a long while. So, yeah, I think Matt O'Dore may have been done here this evening.
He's gone down and signed some autographs, I heard from Ted.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's just jumped out of the car and he's got so many fans there. He's like, you know what? I mean, sign some autographs. Give it back to me. You could sell it on eBay and pay for not finishing this race, potentially. I'm not sure. But either way, fans are fans. You got to support them. They're there waiting for you.
It's the fans that make the racing, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So that's
especially if you have your grandpa, your grandma, your parents, and everybody watching as well, too, from the sidelines.
Yeah, it's the fans that make the racing. So, you know, they've got to sit there and do their bit, I think, because without them, racing is really nothing. It's like the viewers make this. Without them, we don't really have a lot. And the drivers make it as well, because without the leagues, we don't have anything. So, you know, There's a lot of people involved. Rail Tova is not having a good one currently. There's a lot of yellow flags going on around Rail. I think it's just come out the pit lane as well. So maybe we'll get that one as well. But Tony Rodriguez currently sitting in 8th place in that Merc, chasing down Alex Shen. I would say he's going to get him before the end, but he's got a long old way to go. Alex, of course, there up the road. And Tony's just come in the bottom of your screen. I don't know if he's going to be close enough to pull in that.
I don't know, James.
3.16 seconds, but it's Tony Rodriguez.
He's shaving a second a lap off him. But you do the math on that one. That's... No. Yes, fair enough. And there's a little bit of a moment, yellow flag, and that's Kim, 26 machine in P18, having a moment. The McLaren.
Yeah, I think he's come out and...
somewhere.
It's out at the bus stop, I believe. We can have a quick look and see what he's been up to. Oh, no, he's a little bit further back than that. Looks like it's, yeah. Well, I don't know if he got loose coming out of the bus stop there. And unfortunately, well, now he's just letting people through because obviously he's blue flagged. But I'm not quite sure you would have been able to do it that way. And then stopped on track, which is a little bit bizarre. But there we go. Let's go back to, obviously, Christopher Kim. Getting back underway. And then we'll go back to this battle with Michael Gilbert, Nick Show, and of course Sego Miles. Sego's at about 1.8 up the road. Tony's got about 2.6 to Alex Shen. So this could be interesting here. It's whether or not Tony's going to get him. That's going to be the question. Before the end of the race with only 5 minutes remaining, and your leader is coming down into the bus stop. So he's going to get about another 3 laps in, I think. So it's going to be 3 laps for Tony to try and close that gap down on that pink and black Porsche in front of him.
And also, yeah, looking at Jason Lutwick, the Toys R Us endurance race and the Audi running in P2. I've been keeping an eye on that gap. It's about 2.2, 2.3, hovering around that. So he is closing in the number 8 BMW, but once again, time is... I'm just wondering whether or not our race leader's just kind of sandbagging a little bit there, trying to draw him in, because it's one thing to catch a car, as you know, it's another thing to overtake. But now it's gone back up, hovering. Got down to about 2.3, 2.8. Yeah, I think that's a comfortable gap. And the lap times are very similar. The last lap was actually almost identical, so not going to work, obviously, if you're in P2 trying to take a P1 position with doing identical lap times. You need to be shaving about half a second lap at least, or doing what Tony was doing before. And he has. Tony's still doing it because Tony's down to 1.3. If anybody could do it right now, I think Tony may very well be able to get Alex, you said there, for the Porsche. And once you're going to talk about that Porsche car, weren't you saying bit of a beast to handle in iRacing? Not too bad in ACC.
Yeah, they have all pitted. So
Tony is down. Look at that. He can almost reach out right now and just touch the rear wing and say, all right, mate, you want to adjust your rear wing? Let me do it for you. Look at that. I mean, that's just
Shen's gone in deep as well. Oof. He went in deep into Rivage, come out through No Name, and he's now got Tony Rodriguez tucked up behind him on this run down into Puom. Tony's managed to close the gap, but as we know, as you say, it's a one thing catching, but it's another thing getting past, and that's going to be the difficult thing.
Absolutely. Alex needs right now to park this car in all the right places. Is it Martin Brundle, whatever, say, you know, got to turn your car into like a British double-decker bus or something like that. You got to make it... You got to make it as wide as possible, but that is going to be a mistake. And I'll tell you what, right now, Tony Rodriguez, any day of the week, will what happens, James? You know this. I want to hear your famous pun about that.
He left the door open and he's just got burgled. So he's just lost that position there. Alex Shen, he got a little bit squirrely. I think the problem was for Alex, when you see the likes of Tony behind you, you know, he's trying to defend and try and go as fast as he can. The problem for that is it doesn't make him any quicker because he gets loose, he starts doing silly mistakes like he did do there for Alex Shen. And unfortunately, Tony made the most of it. So, yeah, you can't be doing silly mistakes in front of Tony Rodriguez and expect to still maintain your position.
Are you saying that you're happy to leave your door open and get burgled? You're saying you're not going to even try to remotely close the door? That you're just going to say, all right, here you go. All right, you know what? Forget it. Come in,
No.
take the TV, take the stereo. Please don't take my computer because I'm motor racing at the moment, but you can take anything else. Go for it, okay?
No.
There's the wife's jewelry. You can take the wife's jewelry. I'm sure she.
What I'm saying is if you are going to defend, from Alex Shen's point of view, he's got to do it cleanly. He can't be making mistakes like he did. He can't be going too deep into pawn. He can't be going too deep round no name. You know, he's got to make it that if he's going to defend, he has to be perfect. He's got to be perfect for that brief moment while he's defending. Because if you start panicking and making silly mistakes, which he did do in the end, Tony's going to go through. And you can't have that. You've got to be perfect every single time when you're defending against somebody. And Alex Shen wasn't. And he's still sliding the Porsche in the background as well. So from Alex Shen's point of view, he's got to now realise that, okay, I've lost a position. Let's get back driving and seeing if we can try and close some of the gap. But Tony's about 1.8 seconds quicker over the last lap. So it's going to be tough for him to try and do that.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just
I know what you're up to.
Just having a yarn with you on that one. I totally agree. I've said this before a million times. I'll say it again. You know, if I was an engineer, a racing driver, and somebody's quicker behind you, I said just get out there, just rip the mirrors off. Don't look behind. Don't mirror drive your own. And because the pressure, right? It's very difficult to handle the pressure, especially of a lot quick. Yes, a quicker driver in this case. Tony is a quicker driver. And anyway, but you've got to remember, hey, this is the first race of the season too. So if I get points and good points, I'll take them any day of the week. You know, a nice P8 from Alex. Yep, take that one. Black pink. It's working. It's got the K-pop squad.
We're looking at one cage over another. Rob Lau from Fear the Cage there. And of course, we've got behind him Eric Dong, who is Cage to Fear. So just for good health. I'm swapping backwards and forwards. So there we go. Eric Chu is out in front currently as well on the last lap of the race. The timer is up. Lap 25 for Eric Chu. Is he going to come across the line and take the victory? It looks like it's definitely going to be something he should be doing without much real sort of, well, problems, hopefully, from his point of view.
Well, I was going to say, it's sometimes you feel like when you're leading a race, sometimes you have a bit of a gap. I always say to drivers, some of the drivers must be wondering right now, talking to their engineers or spotters going, guys, are we still in the session? I don't see any other cars on the track at the moment. I mean, I'm just wondering at the moment if I've been disconnected or whatever. No, you haven't. You can see, obviously, the 97 Audi behind him. So he is well aware that he's in a race, and he's well aware if he makes a mistake right now, they could be throwing that one away. But he's driven flawlessly. He's matched the pace of anybody contending at him. He's done the pit stops there. Avoided certain levels of traffic, and all he has to do right now, James, is just put his feet up there, throw the coffee mugger there under your coffee machine there, maybe even go to the microwave and fire at the popcorn, but I'd wait till the end of the race, my friend, in case you're on Wi-Fi. But yeah, driven it perfectly. And, two BMWs, of course, the other BMWs in P19, so BMW doing the job. Looks like Lee and Battlefield P14 and 15. We'll probably go back to that one in a minute. Or every time you want. Let's go. Blackmont now for our race leader, James. So how much time do we have?
It's got 1.5 seconds with Jason Ludwig here. I'm not saying he's bringing him in, but he's got to be a little bit careful. He should be coming across the line, and this should be the checkered flag.
Yeah, this is a one last time you're going to check into the bus stop. So do not make a mistake right now. Smooth in, smooth out, easy peasy. You're not going to have a drag down there. He's done it, James.
Yeah, should be coming across the line. There we go. Eric Chu takes the opening round of the season. Eric Dong is still on the back of Rob Lau. This gap got down to about 4 tenths at one point. And it is going to be Rob Lau who's going to come across the line and finish off there. What about further down here with Rich Lee and JB? They're having a nice tidy battle currently at the moment. Arthur Chu's finished. Tony Rodriguez should be finishing up very, very shortly as well. But this is the final lap of the race here for Rich Lee and JB Alkmaar to get this together. Nick Show is another one with Charles Ho coming around the Blanchimont.
That'll be a late dive. If you're going to try anything, that'll have to be a late dive. And it's maximum risk with maximum reward here. This could all be a pole shape for both drivers. Now, defending. I think he's covered it off. Yes, he has. So, yeah. There you go, Mr. Ho. You got it done there. So good job there. You can get yourself a nice P11.
Yeah, Rich Lee's. No, that's not Rich Lee. That's car number 13 behind him. That's Matthew Orpheus. This is not for position. So that's not for position from Rich Lee and Matthew Orpheus. There seems to be people out of sync here currently at the moment. We've lapped people as well, but Matt's going to have a go anyway. Why not? Last lap of the race, take it. So there we go. Go switch around the outside, job done.
That was, yeah, you didn't get that very easily. And
No.
just don't outbrake yourself right now. Yeah, you got it just really easy. Wasn't it a little bit of a late breaker on that one? Could have taken that a little bit more kinder, but a bit of breathing space, exactly. P18.
Yeah, Alex Lee can come across the line as well. So, and where is Jacqueline? It's coming around the bus stop now.
John Jacqueline, bring it home.
There we go. All done and dusted. So there we go. Here is your final table here. Eric Chu is your winner here this evening with Jason Ludwig in second. Behind him currently there. James Namak in third, Rob Lau fourth, Eric Dong in fifth, Arthur Chu in sixth, Tony Rodriguez in seventh, Alex Shen in eighth, Sego Ma ninth, Michael Gilbert 10th, Charles Ho 11th, Nick Show down in 12th place, Juan Namak in 13th, JB Alcabar 14th, Rich Lee in 15th, Jaime Mendoza 16th, and then further on from that, Christopher Kim down in 17th place. Matthew Orpheus in 18th, Alex Lee 19th, Chris Namak down in 20th there, Jacqueline in 21st, and Rael Tova in 22nd place. Hallinan down in 23rd, and Matt O'Dore in 24th. So there we go, that was the overalls. In the AMs, James Namak, Arthur Chu, Nick Show were your top three. In the pros, it was the other Chu, Eric Chu, Jason Ludwig, and then behind that is Rob Lau. So yeah, absolutely stellar evening of racing here. So let's see who can get into the booth. Let's have a chat. See if we can get Eric Chu. Where are you, Mr. Chu? Move him to the waiting room so he knows he's coming in. And then Mr. Ludwig is going to be happy with his move there into second. And then I want to chat with James, who, of course, took the AM victory. So well done to him. Right, let's bring in your overall victor here this evening, Mr. Eric Chu, into the booth. Good evening, Eric. How are you, sir?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. Oh, come on. You've just won a race. All right, by 0.9 of a second there. It was very close at the end. But, you know, stellar job overall, though.
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult to manage the car fuel consumption. It's quite high in the BMW, and pretty sure you saw I made quite a couple of mistakes into the butt stop, so that wasn't pretty. But yeah, well, able to manage and keep the gaps. The Audis were quick today, so yeah.
Yeah, well done, though. You know, going forward, what's the plan, Eric, for your season? Because you're not on to a bad start as we go into Zolder in 2 weeks' time.
I think definitely review for my teammate. He was maybe struggling a little bit today, so definitely trying to help him out, because at the end of the day, it's a team game. So yeah, we're going to work on it together and hopefully to improve.
It's a team game. It's a team game. Eric, surely are you putting the team championship ahead of your solo championship?
Well, I'm a greedy person. I kind of want them both, so definitely him to get up to speed. It's his first season, so yeah, so looking forward to it.
Awesome stuff, Eric. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your victory. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Shout out to you, sir. Great job as always, broadcasting, and, yeah, great atmosphere, great drivers, good fun after work, so.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much there, bud, for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time in Zolder. Right, so next up we will have a chat with second place man Jason Ludwig. No blue flag issues today for Jason. He went on to take the second place, second by 0.9 of a second. Jason, how are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. That was one heck of a race, though.
Yeah, it was tough. It nearly got him at the end. Nearly.
Yeah, I got held up by back markers twice.
Oh, not blue flags, Jason.
I know. They're coming back to haunt me, aren't they?
I told you what goes around comes around, young sir. So you gotta be called karma, as they say, isn't it? Karma. I think that's the word.
I think I've served my karma now.
Yeah, you should do. For the rest of the season, you'll be fine, mate. 2 weeks' time in Zolder, you'll be good. But look, a great race overall. Second place finish as well. Did you think you could get Eric at the end?
I really did. He, the last lap, his tires were done. He was losing so much pace. I think he was almost 3 seconds ahead last lap, and it got down to less than 1, so... he was losing the pace, and I think that's because he pitted just a bit earlier than me. Had it been another lap, I would have had him, but, that's racing.
No, definitely is there, mate, as well. Well, 2 weeks' time in Zolder. What's Jason Ludwig's aspirations for the season?
Honestly, I just want to continue to beat Tony every race, so, mission accomplished.
Yeah, but he didn't qualify, Jason.
I know. So maybe if he actually qualifies, it'll be a mission accomplished. But no, if I can take P1 sometime this season, that would be a really big goal for me to hit.
Yeah, I'm sure you will there, bud. I'm sure you will. Well, Jason, thanks so much for joining us. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go this evening?
Shout out to my dad for always dealing with me sim racing at midnight or 2 in the morning.
Oh, yes, definitely. So big shout out to your dad as well for that one, mate. But thank you so much for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time.
All right, see you then.
Take care. Right, now we're going to bring in James into the booth, of course. James took the AM victory overall here this evening. James, welcome in, sir. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good.
Well, you keep putting on performances like that, they're going to promote you to pros before you even get to round 3.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Why I'm faster right now.
Even that, are you super gluing on your tires again? Is that what it was?
Say that again.
Is that what it was? You're putting super glue on the tires and making you stick to the track a lot better.
On the first stint, it was. On the second stint, that's where I lost a lot of time. I didn't adjust the pressure to compensate for the colder track, and I couldn't hit up my tire to the window. So, yeah, but that was pretty good. I know how to drive this car.
Well, you did an absolutely stellar job there, mate, as well. Taking the victory in the pros. If you repeat that in 2 weeks' time in Zolder, I'll tell you what, you'll be a pro by round 3, I think, because they're not going to leave you surely in arms if you keep putting in performances like that, are they?
They probably do, because the whole season, so we'll see.
Oh, no, there's got to be some promotion and demotion in there somewhere, surely. I'll get on to Chris and have a chat with him and see what we can do. But look, stellar job from you there, second place. Well done, and victory in the AMs. Anyone we want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Oh, absolutely. To my wife, because she lets me drive or give me time to drive. It's very considerate. Also, to my son, Chris, because we practice in overtaking and defending, and to everyone, an admin who put this all together, and to everyone here too, that makes me a lot faster and make this league a lot better.
Awesome stuff, James. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time at Zolder.
Okay, thank you. See you then.
Well, there we go, Biggles. Very happy James, very happy Eric. And then, of course, Yumna's laughing at Jason saying the goal of beating Tony. Well, Tony does have to qualify for Jason Ludwig to come away with that prize, doesn't he, really?
Absolutely. And this is what you're going to get, isn't it? Because it's It's Monday night racing on a Sunday night racing league, and it's action packed. And that's round 1, of course. And we got more and more and more to come. Spa Classic. Who would ever want not have that on the Formula 1 calendar? Well, of course, any racing calendar. But good to see the GT3 cars there. Good to see some great battles and some great action on track. More to come, no doubt there, James.
Yeah, we are back in 2 weeks' time, okay, when we visit Circuit Zolder. So stay tuned for that one as well. Don't forget, guys, subscribe, turn on the bells, give the video a big old thumbs up. And then also we've got the UK Sim Racers later on today at 8 p.m. UK time for round 4 from Belle Isle. And then we go on at 12:45 tomorrow morning for the BSC NASCAR League round 11 from Kansas Speedway. So you can see all the videos that are coming up this week. We've got all the way up until Thursdays on there currently at the moment. More will be added later on today. But thank you to everybody for joining us as well. Amy, always a pleasure having you in, you know that. Omar as well, Christian, and of course Yumna, thank you so much for joining us, and everybody else if I've missed anyone else as well. Much love, and Pimp Stella as well, should we say. So thank you so much for joining us here this evening, this morning, or this afternoon, as I say, depending where you are in the world. But from myself and Dean Biggles, as always, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.
Yeah, cool. So I'm really tired. I'm going to go to bed, mate. So thank you. We shall chat soon. You too.